As I write this, the state legislature in Texas is opening a special session to consider a bill that would provide public funding for private school tuition. The plan is the latest iteration of a school vouchers program with origins dating back to the 1950s. As an expert on school choice who spent formative professional years working with and around leading voucher advocates, I am fielding phone calls at all business hours from reporters, stakeholder groups, and even legislative staff asking for comment or advice. They are reaching out because I have spent the 2 years leading up to this day publicly warning about the harm vouchers cause, particularly to already vulnerable children. The evidence against school vouchers notwithstanding, dozens of states have introduced voucher bills, and more than ever before have passed them. I have testified formally, spoken, and written against these plans, bringing my unique perspective of once working within voucher advocacy evaluations and later partnering with state policymakers' data-informed decision-making. My hope, as a result of speaking out, is that more people now know about the way that modern vouchers prop up struggling private schools, underwrite tuition for existing private schoolers, and cause almost unprecedented academic loss for the few children who do leave public schools for the empty promise of voucher success. I also hope my efforts have helped to add new attention to the discriminatory barriers many publicly funded private schools raise to curate their enrollment if they do accept voucher payments. All of these are patterns identified by the data over the last 10 years. But the facts, it would seem, are no match for big-dollar investments, many of them opaque contributions from extraordinarily wealthy individuals that have been pushing these plans forward for more than 30 years. Voucher programs are expanding, while the evidence against them is mounting. To understand why is to ask not only about policy or politics, tax dollars or private spending, history or current events, but also about the other story being told by the ideologues behind these plans. Faith without works is dead, or so the saying goes. What are the works, whence came the appearance of miracles, behind the radical faith in the wisdom of dismantling public schools? Education and education freedom. Education is personal. In both the social and the neurological senses of the word learning, we are adaptive creatures, processing and attempting to make sense of the world around us before we are conscious. Education is also about memory, the way we build identity and outlook based on the information our minds collect and retain, often whether we know we have done so or not. And our memories are evocative. We experience emotion when we recall our own histories as we position ourselves within the events of our lives around us.